Good morning. As you step outside and feel that biting chill in the air, you might wonder, what exactly is happening with the weather? Let's dive into the winter weather phenomenon known as a cold snap, a term you'll often hear when temperatures suddenly take a nosedive. A cold snap isn't just an ordinary cold day. It's a sudden, sharp drop in temperature that lingers for several days, making everything feel much colder than usual. Unlike the slow, creeping chill of a typical winter, a cold snap arrives quickly and with force, often catching people off guard and unprepared for the sudden freeze. So, what causes this dramatic change? It's all about Arctic air escaping southward when strong winds up north weaken, allowing that icy air to surge down into the UK. This mass of frigid air sweeps in, replacing our usual milder Atlantic breezes, and brings with it a deep, biting cold that can be felt in your bones. Imagine the Arctic's freezer door swinging wide open, spilling a wave of icy air across the UK and transforming the landscape almost overnight. Normally, the Atlantic Ocean helps keep our winters relatively mild, but during a cold snap, those protective westerly winds are replaced by harsh northern or eastern gusts. That's when we wake up to frost on our cars, icy pavements, and sometimes even a blanket of snow covering the roads and rooftops. The temperature doesn't just dip, it plummets, with daytime highs barely above freezing and nighttime lows dropping well below zero, making even short trips outside a challenge. This sudden freeze affects everything. Travel becomes hazardous, daily routines are disrupted, and even our homes need extra care to stay warm and safe. It's a powerful reminder to pay close attention to the weather forecast so you're not caught off guard by nature's icy turn. Cold snaps are more than just a few chilly days. They're significant weather events that can impact communities, infrastructure, and our daily lives. Knowing what's coming allows us to prepare, layering up, protecting our homes, and making sure loved ones are safe and warm. So, the next time you see the mercury drop suddenly and the world outside turns icy, you'll know it's not just winter. It's a classic cold snap in action. Stay alert, stay prepared, and be ready for nature's icy surprise, because a cold snap can arrive when you least expect it. Looking ahead to winter 2025, what's in store for the UK? Long-range forecasts suggest we could see some real cold snaps this season. While not every day will be freezing, expect sharp, sudden drops in temperature. Daytime highs may struggle to reach 0 Celsius, with nights plunging to -5 or even -10 in rural and northern areas. This level of cold means widespread frost, icy roads, and a big demand for heating. Meteorologists are watching the polar vortex and ocean patterns like La Niña, both of which could steer Arctic air our way. The message? Be prepared. Winter coats, hats, and gloves will be essentials, not just accessories. The cold could arrive quickly, so plan ahead. Expect the unexpected, and you won't be caught out. A little preparation goes a long way when winter shows its teeth. That's what's on my radar for you this season. When a cold snap hits, everyone wants to know, how long will it last? It's a question on everyone's mind as they peer out at the frosty landscape. Some cold snaps are brief, just a couple of days, while others can linger for a week or more, turning our daily routines upside down. For winter 2025, forecasts suggest cold snaps could last 5 to 7 days at a time. This means a prolonged period of chilly weather that could affect travel, work, and even our mood. That's a full week of below-average temperatures, frozen ground, and persistent frost. The kind of weather that makes you want to stay indoors with a hot drink. The culprit? A blocking high-pressure system that traps cold air over the UK and keeps milder Atlantic weather at bay. This system acts like a barrier, preventing warmer air from reaching us. Predicting exactly when these blocks will break is tricky, but it's wise to plan for a week-long chill. Stock up on essentials, check on vulnerable neighbors, and ensure your home is ready for the cold. It's not about panic, just smart planning. Preparing in advance can make all the difference in how we cope with the cold. Knowing the chill could stick around helps us make better choices, from what we wear to how we heat our homes. It's about being proactive rather than reactive. A little foresight makes a big difference. When you hear a cold snap is coming, think in terms of days, not hours. This mindset helps us stay ahead of the weather. Stay prepared, and you'll weather the cold with ease. Embrace the winter season with the right mindset and preparation, and it can be a time of cozy comfort, rather than discomfort. So, as the cold sets in, remember that a little planning goes a long way. Enjoy the beauty of winter while staying warm and safe. When you hear a cold snap is coming, think in terms of days, not hours. This approach ensures you're ready for whatever winter throws your way. Stay prepared, and you'll weather the cold with ease. With the right preparation, winter can be a season to enjoy rather than endure. To truly understand the impact of cold snaps, let's look back at some of the UK's most memorable and dramatic freezes. These events have shaped not only our weather records, but also the way we live and prepare for winter. The Big Freeze of 1962-63 stands out in history. It lasted for months, with rivers, canals, and even parts of the sea freezing over. Daily life was transformed, schools closed, transport ground to a halt, and communities pulled together to cope with the relentless cold. More recently, the winter of 2010 brought record low temperatures and heavy snow, causing major travel disruptions across the country. Airports shut down, trains were delayed, and roads became impassable, stranding thousands of commuters and travelers. In December 2010, Scotland experienced some of its coldest nights ever, with temperatures plunging as low as -21.3 degrees Celsius. Homes were blanketed in frost, and rural areas faced days cut off from the outside world. Even southern England wasn't spared, with temperatures dropping to -10 degrees C. The usually bustling streets of London and other cities fell silent as snow and ice brought daily life to a standstill. Then came the infamous Beast from the east in 2018, a blast of Siberian air that swept across the country. It brought deep snow, biting winds, and freezing temperatures, especially to eastern Britain, leaving many communities isolated for days. These events show that while severe cold isn't an annual event, it's a recurring part of our climate. Each big freeze leaves its mark, reminding us of nature's power and unpredictability. They remind us just how disruptive a major cold snap can be, affecting travel, work, schools, and even our ability to get basic supplies. History teaches us to take forecasts seriously and prepare for the worst. Stocking up, insulating homes, and looking out for neighbors can make all the difference when the next big freeze arrives. The past helps us understand what's possible in the future. By learning from previous winters, we can better anticipate and respond to whatever the weather brings. So, when the forecast warns of a cold snap, remember these events. They're not just distant memories. They're real warnings for us all. These stories are more than just tales from the past. They're important lessons about resilience, preparation, and community spirit. Severe cold can happen again, so let's be ready. By preparing now, we can protect ourselves, our families, and our communities from the worst effects of winter. In weather, history often rhymes, and the next big freeze could be just around the corner. You've heard about the polar vortex, but what is it? It's a swirling mass of cold, low-pressure air over the poles, usually kept in place by a strong jet stream. Sometimes the vortex weakens or splits, a sudden stratospheric warming event, letting Arctic air escape south. This is often the trigger for the UK's most severe cold snaps, like the Beast from the east. When the polar vortex wobbles, frigid air spills into Europe, bringing deep, dense cold. For winter 2025, early signs suggest the vortex could weaken, raising the odds of a cold snap. It's not a guarantee, but it's a warning sign. Understanding the polar vortex helps us see how global weather shapes our local winter. When the Arctic breathes out, the UK feels the chill. That's why meteorologists keep a close eye on the vortex. It's the ultimate source of our winter cold. Cold snaps don't hit the UK evenly. Some regions get it worse. If Arctic air comes from the north, Scotland and northern England feel the first and harshest impact, especially in high-altitude areas. The cold then spreads south, losing some intensity by the time it reaches the coast. If the wind blows from the east, the Beast from the east scenario, eastern regions from Kent to eastern Scotland get hit hardest, often with heavy snow. For winter 2025, both patterns are possible, so no region is immune. Generally, the further north and inland you are, the colder it gets. Rural areas chill more than cities, which benefit from the urban heat island effect. If you're in a village or the countryside, prepare for the lowest temperatures. Know your local risks and plan accordingly. The cold is coming. How do you stay warm? Layer up. Several thin layers trap heat better than one thick one. Start with a thermal base, add a sweater, and finish with a windproof jacket. Don't forget your head, hands and feet. Wear a warm hat, insulated gloves, and thick socks. Waterproof boots are a must for cold, wet days. Indoors, keep cozy with sweaters, slippers, and blankets. Hot drinks like tea or cocoa help warm you from the inside. Stay active. Even gentle movement boosts circulation and body heat. If you go outside, walk briskly but watch for ice. Listen to your body. If you feel cold, act fast to warm up. Use common sense and stay alert to changing conditions. Dress smart, move often, and you'll beat the chill. Staying warm is all about preparation and awareness. Keeping your home warm during a cold snap is about safety as much as comfort. Insulate pipes and water tanks in unheated areas to prevent bursts. Foam lagging is cheap and easy to install. Set your thermostat to a steady, comfortable temperature. Don't overheat the house. Close doors to unused rooms and draw curtains at night to keep heat in. Check for drafts around windows and doors. Block them with draft excluders or towels. Make your home airtight to save energy and stay warmer. Prepare for power cuts. Have flashlights, batteries, a radio, non-perishable food, and warm blankets ready. Keep your phone charged in case of emergencies. A little preparation can prevent big problems. Think ahead, and your home will stay snug even in the deepest freeze. Protect your space, and you'll weather any cold snap. Safety starts at home. Let's bring it all together. Cold snaps are sudden, sharp drops in temperature often driven by Arctic air and a wobbly polar vortex. Winter 2025 could bring several week-long freezes, especially in northern and eastern UK. These aren't just numbers, they affect our lives, health, and homes. History shows how disruptive severe cold can be, and science helps us prepare. The key is action. Dress in layers, insulate your home, and have a plan for power cuts. Check on vulnerable neighbors. Community matters in a cold snap. Weather knowledge empowers us to prepare, not panic. Stay tuned to forecasts, stay ready, and stay warm. The weather is powerful, but with preparation, we can handle even the coldest winter. Take care of yourself and your community. Stay safe, stay toasty, and keep an eye on the skies. That's the weather for now.